All right. I want to start off by saying thank you to everyone who came here today. Very grateful. Jess, it's good to see you. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. I thought you were going to retire. Well, good. You're a good reporter. I'm glad to see you. This guy used to cover me from the very beginning, back in 2012 when I was first running for Attorney General, so I appreciate it. Well, it's wonderful to be here, and I want to say thank you. I'm joined by Rob Cunningham, the Secretary of Homeland Security, and by Lance Yardley, the newly appointed interim commissioner of the West Virginia Division of Corrections and Rehabilitation. And today, of course, we're here at the Parkersburg Correctional Center and Jail to discuss a challenge that's plagued West Virginia for far too long, and that is the drug and the opioid crisis. I was just spending a few minutes talking with some of the team I met a few years ago up at St. Mary's, and we're talking a little bit about the drug problem back then. And unfortunately, for a long, long time, West Virginia's continued to be ground zero for the substance abuse problem. Many families across the state have been deeply afflicted by addiction, but I know that there have been efforts made to move the needle and to change that. As many of you know, as Attorney General, I led the fight, going after a lot of the companies that were in part responsible for the mess that we had. We sued them for their corrupt and unethical practices. And on behalf of the counties and cities, working together with the team, I helped secure over $1 billion in settlements from the manufacturers, the distributors, the pharmacies. And very importantly, we established the West Virginia First Foundation, which is intended to support communities in their fights against the opioid epidemic. And when we put together that West Virginia First Foundation, people may recall we had about 225 municipalities. We had every single county sign that, and we had unanimous support from the legislature. Now, when that happens, that's a pretty difficult thing to do. But I think the reason why everyone came together is everyone in West Virginia knows just how important it is to address and ultimately end the opioid affliction and the drug epidemic here in West Virginia. I know just last week, I was over at Lauren's Wish in Morgantown to sign legislation to increase penalties for drug dealers. And we were specifically focusing on combating fentanyl distribution. That's important. We're not going to allow these drug dealers to come into our state and to poison our citizens with impunity. We're not going to give any quarter to those who peddle in illegal drugs, especially those who can kill an adult with a dose the size of 5 grains of sand. If you deal in fentanyl, you're going to go to jail for a very, very long time. Now, of course, in order to break the cycle of drug abuse in West Virginia, it can't just be about enforcement. That's one piece of it. But I've always said to tackle this problem the right way, we have to do so holistically from a supply, a demand, and an educational perspective. We are going to need to hold criminals accountable, but we're also going to need to provide assistance to get people better in the head and the heart, and to help those recovering from addiction looking to get back on their feet. And quite frankly, that's why we're here today. Today, I'm pleased to announce that we are awarding $231,000 in a residential substance abuse treatment program grant to the West Virginia Division of Corrections and Rehabilitation. And the goal behind this is to really enhance the residential substance abuse treatment programs for inmates to break the cycle of drug addiction and crime. It's going to provide for the continuation of these important programs in Beckley and Charleston and a host of different places, including here in St. Mary's and at some of the regional jails. The programs we're talking about have been proven to reduce crime, address recidivism, and save the state money in the long run. Now, for West Virginia to really get whole and to reach her potential, we're going to have to do more to get people better in the head and the heart. And I would say attacking the drug epidemic is going to be one of the best signs we have. When we're able to succeed in that area, we're going to then be able to make more meaningful progress in terms of driving up our workforce participation, enhancing our standard of living, advancing educational attainment, and making strides in many additional areas. So I'm very appreciative for what this specific program means, but it's also part of a longer term effort to attack the drug problem in West Virginia. Part of what I'm hopeful to do in the upcoming months is to actually partner with the West Virginia First Foundation, with the legislature, and I'm glad to see my friend Mike Azinger here. He's done a terrific job for your community. We're looking to partner with a lot of people locally, the legislature, the private sector, folks in the federal government about comprehensive approaches to address the drug epidemic, and in particular with the focus on the foster care problem and finding ways to bring families back together, which is critical because ultimately we see that a lot of the kids that we're dealing with, they've been disconnected from their community. They've had a lot of challenges, socioeconomic issues, but we need to get family structures back together, and we need to make sure that we're providing hope for the future to our kids and to all of our adults, and that when people come out of prison, quite frankly, that they have opportunities available for them. And that's part of what this is about. I want to see people go to work. I want to see them go to work right away. I want to see them make sure that they're staying at work. And one of the ways you do that is you actually attack this issue and addiction up front. And you have to do it within the prisons. And I'm a believer in that. So our goal is to prevent another generation from falling prey to senseless death. I think the funds awarded today are going to help achieve that goal. And I'd like to thank the many organizations across the state who are stepping up to fill the gap to ensure that West Virginians can defeat substance abuse. So a lot of big things going on. In the upcoming weeks and months ahead, I'd be looking out for these potential partnerships as we talk with the legislature, we talk with West Virginia First. We have so many socioeconomic problems that flow from drug addiction. And so if we can get our arms around this issue, that's going to really lead to such better healthcare outcomes and economic outcomes for our state. So grateful that you're all here today and love to hear from some of our folks. If you want to come up and say a few words.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Lance Yardley. I'm the acting commissioner for the Division of Corrections and Rehabilitation. Thank you, Governor, for being here today. Thank you, Cabinet Secretary, for being here today. And I know Parkersburg is thrilled to have you. But on behalf of West Virginia in the Division of Corrections and Rehabilitation, we're incredibly appreciative of this funding. This support assists in the continuation of our robust residential substance abuse treatment unit and aftercare planning services for our offender population who struggle with addiction. Substance use disorder is a complex issue that requires comprehensive and compassionate approaches. These programs are vital for our offender population who face the challenges of addiction, and without adequate support like this, many may struggle to find their way to recovery. I commend the vital hard work that our substance abuse treatment units staff perform each and every day, providing these offenders, with the skills and the reintegration that they need to get back into society and be productive. Together, we're creating a safer, healthier environment for our communities, and we are instilling hope for a better tomorrow. In closing, I want to give a special thanks to Superintendent Thompson, for hosting this event today. Him and his staff do great work here. They can't be commended enough for all the hard work and the dedication they put in, day out, and the things that they do. And also thank you for the opportunity, to be here. I've been in this business for 32 years now, and I started as a correctional officer and worked my way up through the ranks. So thank you for the opportunity. And other than that, I'm honored to serve the great state of West Virginia and the West Virginia Division of Corrections. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. That's it. Bob, do you want to say a few remarks? Senator, do you want to say a few remarks too?
No, sure.
You're good?
Thank you.
Okay. Hey, you always have to be nice to the local officials.
Yeah, I'm Rob Cunningham. I'm the Cabinet Secretary for the West Virginia Department of Homeland Security. One of the most important jobs we do within corrections is the rehabilitation part. And that is so we can take our inmates and make them productive citizens. And this is a key part to this. And we genuinely appreciate the support. We have received great legislative support. We've received great support from the governor's office. And with your all's continued support, we will continue to work as hard as we have been. We've got some of the hardest working people in state government within the Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. So I appreciate the opportunity, and I appreciate you, Governor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. So I'm grateful to everyone who came here today. I do want to end on this note. Today's program is important for a lot of reasons, but it's all behind a similar theme that you're going to hear coming out of our administration. If you're able-bodied and you can work, you should work. And what I want to do is make sure that we're attacking the workforce participation problems aggressively, that we're finding ways to get people who are addicted or who once were hooked on drugs for a long time, ultimately to get themselves cleaned up and back into the workforce. That matters a lot. When 60% of the people in this facility, approximately, are folks who have been addicted to drugs, we know that we have to do something about that. And you have to make sure that you make real progress so that when people come out, they could be better connected to their communities. They could build relationships with people, start to contribute positively again. That's critical. And that's why it's so important. I want West Virginia's workforce participation rate to grow. The way it's going to grow is we're going to have people that right now have been struggling with addiction and many other challenges. We're going to get as many people to work as possible. But you do that by having them ready to enter back into the workforce. And I'm certainly positive about that. You're going to keep hearing about that, whether you're talking about workforce participation, whether you're talking about rehabbing to get people ready to work who are addicted, whether we're talking about SNAP work requirements, whether you're talking about Medicaid work requirements. West Virginians want to work, and everything we do is designed to help people lead happy, purposeful lives. Work is an important piece of that. And so that's the goal behind this, to make sure that everyone we have can get to work. And then that way we start to move our workforce participation rate up from where it is right now, the lowest in the country, up much, much higher. So I want to let people know this is part of a broader theme that you're going to be seeing. And I'm certainly grateful that you're here, and we're going to keep working. It's been a busy stretch. We're getting down to the wire. We have to finish signing bills or reviewing bills by tomorrow. I think I've gone through all but about 20 of the bills now. And I think there's a lot of good work that's been done by the legislature. And we're just really excited to finish the process and then turn our attention on revealing to you, the public, a lot of what we found as we've been reviewing what's been going on within the different agencies, examining things, our executive orders that are coming back in from the departments, where they're providing information about wasteful spending and challenges that they've seen, what we can do as a state to be better, to repurpose and right-size government. These are exciting times, and I want to single out Senator Azinger, because he was a real leader in advancing our agenda, right? And not just all the sexy stuff and economic development, which is very, very important. I put it at the high end of the list. But, he would work on how we can have government structures work more effectively together, and the government reorganizations that we had, and a lot of other wonderful things that will help the state run better, and ultimately means more dollars available for taxpayers and to have more contributing members of our society. So I want to thank you, Senator, for all of your good work and for you coming today. So with that, I want to say I appreciate you all being here, and I hope to see you again soon. We're going to be spending a lot of time in Wood County in the weeks and months ahead. I think you'll see us back again very, very soon. This is an important part of the state, and we want to make sure that it's flourishing and it has all available workers who can do the myriad of jobs that are out there right now. So thank you all, and we will see you soon. God bless. Appreciate it. Yeah. You guys can get up. We're just going to do a little feedback. How are you?